TV News Prime, President Tinubu holds closed-door meeting with service chiefs over rising insecurity. In business, federal
according to the senator, the nominees who held
50 billion naira to clear pension liabilities. And on the foreign scene, Sudan's transitional leader al-Burhan holds talk with Saudi Crown Prince in Riyadh. In sports, Nigeria's World Cup dream alive as DR Congo face player eligibility probe. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. A quick reminder that Global Television's on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Now the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has held a closed-door meeting with the service chiefs at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. This marks Tinubu's first engagement with the military high commands in swearing in retired General Christopher Musa as the new Minister of Defense on December 4th, 2025. While the official agenda remains undisclosed, the meeting comes and mounting security concerns, including the ongoing capability of 115 students kidnapped from a Catholic boarding school in November and the recent approval by Nigeria's Senate for troop deployment to Benin Republic following an attempted coup in that country. In a major diplomatic move, the Senate has confirmed the nominations of Lateef Are, Aminu Dalhatu, and Emmanuel Oke as non-career ambassadors. Their confirmation followed the presentation of a report by the chairman, Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, Sani Bello. Topsy Gimba has details.
According to the senator, the nominees who hailed from Ogun, Jigawa, and Oyo states respectively met all the requirements during their screening.
The committee therefore recommends as follows. 1. That the Senate do confirm the nomination of Lateef Kayode Kolawole Are as appointment as a non-career ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. 2. That the Senate do confirm the nomination of Aminu Muhammad Dalhatu for appointment as non-career ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And finally, that the Senate do confirm the nomination of Emmanuel Ayodele Oke, CFR, for appointment as non-career ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Are, Dalhatu, and Oke were the first three nominees forwarded to the Senate by President Bola Tinubu for confirmation. 65 other nominees have been screened by the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs and await confirmation. In a related development, the Senate has also confirmed Dr. Chukwuemeka Chukwu as the resident electoral commissioner for Abia State in the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
Competence and integrity as guided by the Constitution, and found him suitable for reappointment as resident electoral commissioner.
The nomination of Dr. Chukwuemeka J. Chukwu, representing Abia State, is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner, INEC, in the Independent National Electoral Commission.
The Red Chamber also confirmed Aisha Mahmoud Kantibelo and Dr. Anma Shaun Fawat Olayinka as commissioners of the National Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC. Topsy Gimba, reporting for Global Television News.
Nigeria's House of Representatives has sounded the alarm over deteriorating condition of the Abuja-Lokoja highway, describing the road as a major safety risk and an economic bottleneck, as lawmakers also deferred consideration of a new electoral bill to allow for wider consultations. National Assembly correspondent Anete Patrick reports.
During plenary, the House adopted a motion drawing attention to the poor state of the Abuja-Lokoja corridor, a key route linking the Federal Capital Territory to several parts of the country. Lawmakers warned that the condition of the highway has led to frequent accidents, delays in the movement of goods, and increased hardship for commuters and businesses that depend on the route. They called on relevant government agencies to urgently rehabilitate the road to enhance safety and stimulate economic activities along the corridor.
Further concern that the slow pace of ongoing rehabilitation work by the Federal Ministry of Works has compounded the suffering of motorists, with some sections virtually impassable during the rainy season.
Meanwhile, consideration of a bill seeking to repeal the Electoral Act 2022 and enact a new electoral bill was stepped down. The House Committee on Electoral Matters asked for more time to conduct broader consultations with stakeholders. Presiding over the session, Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu explained that the decision was taken due to time constraints, announcing that the next plenary sitting would be dedicated exclusively to deliberations on the Electoral Act. He added that petitions and motions of urgent public importance would be suspended while consideration of constitutional amendment bills may commence if time permits.
So I want to move that we'll take the bill tomorrow. I'll step it down and take it tomorrow as
Thank you.
for the convenience of the House.
We're going to suspend petitions, urgent public importance, motions and notice, and go straight to the Electoral Act. When we finish Electoral Act and we have time, we might commence the Constitution and round up on Thursday. Okay? Carried? Carried?
The House of Representatives is expected to reconvene later in the week, with lawmakers turning their attention to critical electoral and constitutional reforms aimed at strengthening Nigeria's democratic process. From the National Assembly, Aniete Patrick reporting for Global TV News.
The federal government has inaugurated Nigeria's third National Action Plan on the implementation of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 133-25 on women, peace, security, reaffirming Nigerians' commitment to inclusion, gender equality, and sustainable peace. The National Action Plan 3 of the United Nations Security Council Resolution, inaugurated by the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, in Abuja, was spearheaded by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. The First Lady, represented by the wife of Deputy President of the Senate, Laila Barrow, explained that 25 years ago, through the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325, the global community recognized that women should not remain on the sidelines, but be active participants in shaping peace and security. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Partey, has issued a stern warning to senior officials, signaling impending sweeping leadership changes in teams failing to deliver on key performance indicators related to polio eradication and routine immunization. Professor Partey gave the warning after being debriefed by the Expert Review Committee on Polio Eradication and Routine Immunization at the ministry's headquarters in Abuja. Over now to Zara Nasir's report.
Professor Fati emphasized a results-oriented approach, stating that the goal is to achieve results and not just effort. The minister also stated that Nigeria has made significant strides in the fight against polio, having been certified free of wild polio virus since 2020. However, the country continues to grapple with circulating vaccine-derived polio virus type 2 with ongoing transmission, posing a risk to full eradication.
The fact that we have made progress is good, but it's not enough if we're to deal with this by end of 2026. Or it has global implications, it has regional implications, and it has implications for us. So what does it mean? It means we have to go all out.
The Coordinating Minister of Health said government's ambitious target is to interrupt all forms of polio virus transmission by the end of 2025, aligning with broader efforts under President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda to strengthen primary health care, expand infrastructure, and boost routine immunization coverage.
If you put folks together and the result is not effort that we're rewarding results. And if there are no results, then we change people and bring those who can be able to deliver. And I told him, even if it means every month changing people, the ED has my support.
Stakeholders, including partners from World Health Organization, UNICEF, and Global Polio Eradication Initiative, have reaffirmed support for Nigeria's efforts, stressing the need for sustained political will and operational excellence to secure a polio-free future. Zahra Nasir, reporting for Global TV News.
In a renewed push to tackle banditry and displacement in Nigeria's northwest, the European Union has launched a targeted peace-building intervention aimed at addressing the root causes of violent conflict and restoring stability in affected communities. Kabir Hassan tells us more.
Zamfara and Katsina State remains among the hardest hit by banditry and prolonged insecurity in the northwest. Years of violent attacks on rural communities has forced thousands to flee from their homes, disrupted farming activities, and destroyed livelihood, worsening poverty and humanitarian conditions across the region. Available data as of 2025 shows that more than 650,000 people have been displaced across the northwest, with Zamfara State accounting for about 200,000 internally displaced persons, many still unable to return home. In response, stakeholders converged in Gusau, the Zamfara state capital, for a launch of conflict prevention, crisis response and resilience program. The chief mission, International Organization for Migration, Demand Sharon, says the program targets Zamfara and Katsina states, focusing on peace building, social cohesion, and support for vulnerable population affected by conflict.
Too many families have been displaced. Too many farms have been abandoned, and too many lives have been disrupted because of insecurity. Yet, despite these challenges, the people of Zamfara have shown great resilience.
The European Union ambassador to Nigeria, Guti Amigot, reaffirmed the EU's long-standing commitment to Nigeria's peace, stability, and sustainable development through community-driven solutions.
And today I'm here to reaffirm the EU's unwavering commitment to supporting Nigeria in our common fight against violence.
Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal described the initiative as timely, noting that it aligns with his administration development agenda centered on inclusion, sustainability, and people-focused governance.
The project being launched today reflects this understanding. By focusing on early intervention, community-level engagement, institutional coordination, and social recovery, the initiative aligns with our development philosophy.
Stakeholders say the success of the program will mark a turning point for communities battered by years of violence, paving the way for the safe return of displaced persons, the rebuilding of livelihood, and a more peaceful future for Zamfara, Katsina, and Nigerian Northwest at large. Kabir Hassan, reporting for Global TV News.
You are watching the live broadcast of News Prime. When News Prime returns, Nigeria's World Cup dream alive as DR Congo face player eligibility probe. Details coming shortly, plus business and foreign stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is News Prime on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. In business now, and a major boost for workers and retirees across the country, the federal government has taken decisive steps to clear long-standing pension liabilities, reinforcing confidence in Nigeria's pension system and signaling a renewed commitment to retirement security. The Director General of the National Pension Commission, Omolola Oluwaruron, made this known at the PenCon Media Summit in Abuja. Business correspondent Kikelawa Okeri reports for Global Television.
The Director General of the National Pension Commission, Omolola Oluwaruron, lauded President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for approving over 750 billion naira to settle outstanding pension obligations. She described the approval as a strong demonstration of government resolve to honor its commitment to workers and retirees, noting that the intervention will bring relief to thousands who have waited years for their entitlement. Oluwaruron says the Pension Resolution Summit represents a defining moment for Nigerian pension industry, anchored on accountability, effective delivery, and a clear vision for long-term sustainability.
This unprecedented intervention sets a clear and powerful signal that Nigeria honors its promises to its workers and retirees.
She explained that the launch of Pension Revolution 2.0 is the most comprehensive reform of the sector since 2004, introducing tighter regulation, stronger governance framework, and a full digital transformation of pension administration. According to Pencom Boss, enhanced pension benefit and the expansion of coverage through personal pension plans are already improving financial security and restoring dignity, especially for retirees and workers in the informal sector. Oloworan stressed that as reforms deepen, strict compliance, innovation, and service excellence will remain non-negotiable as the Commission works to safeguard the future of retirement in Nigeria.
It was structural. It brought together new regulations, stronger supervision, governance reforms, digital transformation, and industry realignment.
Earlier, President of the Pension Correspondents Association of Nigeria, Nana Musa, says the engagement has strengthened collaboration between Commission and the media, promoting transparency and informed public discourse on pension matters.
As partners, we are building trust, strengthening transparency, and deepening public understanding of the country's pension industry.
With the clearance of long-standing pension liabilities and the rollout of the far-reaching reform under Pension Revolution 2.0, stakeholders says Nigerian pension system is entering a new era of accountability and sustainability, offering renewed hope and financial security for workers and retirees across the country. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Environmental pressures mounting on the federal government as activists warn that genetically modified crops would endanger public health, local farmers, and Nigerian food future. At the national rally in Abuja, environmental advocates demanded an immediate ban on the chemicalization of genetically modified organisms. GMOs insisting the government must act on the 2024 recommendation of the House of Representatives. Sadia Yakubu tells us more.
The approval of genetically modified Taylor's maize has reignited nationwide concerns over the safety and long-term impact of GMOs in Nigeria. At the National Rally for Food Sovereignty and Environmental Justice, environmental advocate Joyce Brown cautioned that GMO cultivation could contaminate indigenous seeds, degrade soil fertility, and trap farmers in a cycle of buying patented seeds every planting season.
There are several reasons we are saying no to GMOs. At the forefront is the impact on our environment. GMOs pose a very serious threat to local varieties, Nigeria's genetic resources, because the genes can transfer from the modified crops to our local crops. So in the long run, we risk losing our food heritage. That's one of the major reasons.
Also speaking, Deputy Director of Friends of the Earth Nigeria, Marian Bassi Olsen, noted that several countries have restricted or banned GMOs, citing Mexico's 2024 ban on genetically engineered corn over environmental and health risks.
So we are saying our government put a halt to this tainted food, tainted with illegalities. The people who are bringing GMOs are businessmen. They're just after making money. There's nothing about feeding people. It's about businessmen smiling to the bank. We are saying, halt this. Nigeria is blessed with abundance of food, of rich cultures.
For the Corporate Accountability and Public Participation Africa, CAPA, Martins Ogunlade questioned the transparency of Nigeria's biosafety process, saying there is no publicly available evidence of comprehensive long-term risk assessment conducted before GMO approvals.
While we were growing up, there are some diseases that are known for those who are elderly, like hypertension, high blood pressure. But now even a young guy, a young boy, a young girl is prone to this. And what is the cause of this? It's because of the unnecessary exposure to these genetically modified organisms. You have them contributing to surplus and quantity, but it doesn't have to do with the quantity. It has to do with the quality, of what you consume.
As debate over food safety and environmental protection intensify, advocates insist Nigerians must choose caution over convenience, prioritizing fairness, public health, and food sovereignty. Sadia Yakubu reporting for Global Television News.
President of the Sudan's Transitional Sovereignty Council, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has arrived beyond for talks with Saudi officials. According to the Saudi press agency, the two leaders are to review the situation in South Sudan, its regional implications, and ongoing efforts to achieve security and stability in the war-torn country. Saudi Arabia is part of Quad, that includes the United States, Egypt, and United Arab Emirates. Moving on now in the news now, Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese, says a father and son were driven by Islamic State ideology when they fired on crowds at Bundy Beach in one of the Australia's deadliest mass shootings. Sadiq Al-Haram and his son, Navad, opened fire on people thronging the famous beach for the Jewish festival of Hanukkah on Sunday evening, killing 15 people and wounding a dozen more. Zahra Nasru has the rest of the story.
Authorities said the attack was designed to sow panic among the nation's Jews, but have so far given little detail about the government's deeper motivations. Albanese gave one of the first hints that the fear had been radicalized by what he termed an ideology of hate.
Earlier today, I met with Australian hero Ahmed Ahmed and his family. I met his mum and dad who are visiting him here, as well as other relatives at St George Hospital. I thanked him for the lives that he helped to save, and I wished him all the very best with his surgery that he will undertake tomorrow, and I was able to also thank the health professionals, the doctors, nurses and staff at St George Hospital for providing support for him.
Albanese said Nabil Akram, reportedly an unemployed bricklayer, had come to the attention of Australia's intelligence agency in 2019, but was not considered an imminent threat at the time.
Yesterday I convened National Cabinet, where National Cabinet again spoke about the scourge of anti-Semitism and the commitment to stamp it out. We also agreed that Premier Menz and Premier Cook, as the incoming chair of the Council of Australian Federation, would work together to strengthen Australia's gun laws.
The fear had travelled to the Philippines before the shootings, and authorities are investigating whether they met Islamist extremists during the trip. Australian media reported. Zahra Nasr reporting for Global TV News.
In sports stories now, the Nigerian Football Federation has confirmed that it has insisted a probe into Democratic Republic of Congo's use of ineligible players during the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, a development that could reopen Nigerians' path to the tournament in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. DR Congo eliminated Nigeria from the African playoffs in November after a 4-3 penalty shootout victory in Morocco, a result that ended the Super Eagles' hopes of progressing to the FIFA Intercontinental Playoff. The Congolese side has since been handed a bye into the final of the Intercontinental Playoff tournament, where they are scheduled to face the winner of the semi-final between New Caledonia and Jamaica. Still on sports stories now, Nigerian football elites gathered in Abuja for the announcement of the nominees for the 12th Nigerian Pitch Awards 2025, celebrating excellence across all facets of beautiful game, honoring outstanding performances by players, administrators, and stakeholders in the domestic and international scene. Our sports correspondent Samuel Udi tells us more.
Speaking at the event, the Director of Communications of Nigerian Football Federation, Ademola Olajire, described the Nigerian Pitch Awards as a vital platform that promotes professionalism and merit in Nigerian football, adding that recognition of excellence remains key to sustaining growth and competitiveness in sports.
The Nigerian Football Federation has continued to endorse this award because it has remained a very noble project. It has remained something to be proud of. The tenets of transparency, of integrity, of credibility have been there from the beginning.
In his address, President of the Nigerian Peach Awards, Sheena Phillips, reaffirmed the credibility of awards, emphasizing that winners emerge through a transparent voting process involving sport editors across the country. He further said that the date of the award will be announced shortly after AFCON. He also commended players and stakeholders for their resilience and dedication, noting that the Peach Awards will continue to uphold integrity while inspiring future generation of Nigerian footballers.
They have consistently demonstrated professionalism and commitment to this national project. The Nigeria Peach Awards is a platform established not only to inspire individual footballers and key stakeholders to higher levels of commitment and professionalism, but also to serve as a catalyst for government and corporate entities to dedicate more resources to the development of sports in Nigeria.
The ceremony showcased nominees across key playing positions. For the Goalkeepers of the Year's category, nominees include Stanley Nwabali, Kayode Bankole, and Maduka Okoye, all recognized for their consistency and match-winning performances. Defender of the Year category featured top performers such as Calvin Bassey and Benjamin Frederick, whose defensive solidarity stood out over the season. For the Strikers of the Year, the spotlight was on prolific forwards Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, celebrated for their goal-scoring impact for club and country. The 12th Nigerian Peach Awards once again underscores the place as Nigeria's most respected football honors, celebrating excellence while strengthening hope for a greater future for national football. Samuel Odi for Global Television News.
That's it on News Prime. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen by using @GlobalTVNG. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching.